that has been able to take names in his home region, but hasn't been able to quickly adapt or survive long brackets. All of these different weaknesses that you kind of learn are weaknesses once you start getting really good at this game. And he smoothed them over so quickly into becoming just the most pinnacle threat, the most one of the most explosive players on Long Island, and he's looking to continue his losers run after dropping to Zamba, which already includes names like D-Dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good showing from GuyGuy so far. We've been talking about how this player is a little bit of an engineer, as I like to say. These custom combos, it's Luigi, it's fun. We love, good hype combos, but then you're going up against Mr. E, who once again is playing Day 1 Fundy's character. We were having this conversation last night. Is Lucina Team Fundies? I like to think she's the captain of Team Fundies.
I would think so. I mean, you're certainly privileged. The frame data is no joke. Her edge guarding is amazing, but you're definitely much more oriented around fundamental ideas of not just platform fighters, but fighting games in general.
Right. Sure. Still, though, it's a really good start here from GuyGuy. I like also how we're on Battlefield as well, so we get a little bit more creative with some of these combo routes. But all GuyGuy needs to do is hold this lead. Sometimes all you got to do is just hold. And so far, comboing the up air into the forward air, we're in a really good spot.
All right. Big forward smash there on the part of Mr. E, just trying to close out this stock here. You're almost reaching into up tilt percents if your E is, as well as looking for these big back airs with the Dolphin Slash, something that has been not necessarily new to Mr. E's game plan, but much more willing to pull the trigger on these Dolphin Slashes. A lot of players in this game like to be pressing and extending block strings, even if it's fake. So having a frame 1 invincible reversal option out of block is pretty huge.
It's true. Still, though, Mr. E has done an amazing job of bringing this back, right? I feel like he hasn't really taken percentage in quite some time, but unfortunately going to land on stage. The up smash from GuyGuy not going to be able to come out as quickly as he wants to here, so now he's going to have to win in neutral again. But now Mr. E actually going for a lot of these Dolphin Slashes. Good tech, though, barely living with the shield. And now, once again, we're back to this Wild West standoff in neutral. It's kind of like that deep neutral where both players just can't seem to find their mark.
And these are the type of positions that give context to some of GuyGuy's opinions about the character. Of course, he thinks Luigi's incredibly good, but he works around it with this idea that Luigi's grab is bad.
Sure.
And yes, it's a tether grab, but the reward you get off of it is so incredible. Why would you think this grab is bad? Because when you play against a character and a player like Lucina, like Mr. E, they're able to play around this plunger so well that you're better off expecting the threat and expecting the counterplay to it right off the jump and work your combo game off of different starters and with different ideas, which is why we think a lot more threatening with these up airs, a lot more going air to air, and the call out on the platform with that down B.
Mr. E, though, now all he needs to do is really go for the clean edge guards that we know and love with this player here. Going for the Dolphin Slash there, but honestly, with Battlefield being so big, it was kind of safe here. And now we have potential for edge guard opportunity here. Not even going to go for the dunk, instead just going to go for the grab at this point. Mr. E lining up for an aerial, who knows which one, but I'm loving the way that GuyGuy is now using Battlefield, saying, you know what, just going to kind of explore the terrain here, but still, Mr. E, no sweat at all.
Yeah, we are just holding steady so far when it comes to these openings. Another Dolphin Slash at a disadvantage, out of those combos. You gotta find ways to break Luigi's combo game, break off his flow, and doing it on Battlefield is especially safe, as you mentioned earlier, because you can land on these platforms. Mr. E, though, just taking the long way around. We're just gonna poke and prod and wait for you to give it up yourself as that forward tilt, because GuyGuy wanted to land right on the ground in the corner as opposed to skipping the step that is go to ledge, get up, then fight your way back to center. It's like, oh, you're trying to skip a step?
Right.
That's not allowed here. We got to take it slow.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, this is kind of Day 1 Ultimate, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's really slow, methodical. You just have to play really, really smart here. We are going to Kalos, though. Why Kalos? Open stage, open field? Yeah,
you remove the center platform and center platforms in general that can cut off a lot of the ways that you can avoid interacting with Luigi, and in turn, Luigi gets all of the means to control center space, assuming that you're trying to interact at short hop height or even full hop height. Because look at this is just forward air plunger. We're just creating a wall and waiting for the opening, but getting a little bit too greedy there was GuyGuy. He got the reversal to get the green missile to misfire, ends up getting him out of...
You got it!
Yeah, we found our way there. Like, honestly, GuyGuy is lucky to still be on his first stock.
It's very interesting to see because I feel like Mr. E got that opening combo and then just went to the ledge. Okay, counter not going to be enough. This ledge play from both players has been really fun to watch because you never know, but both players have been hitting their techs. Both players are very, very clean with it. And now Mr. E going back to the platform here to try and potentially bait something like maybe a drop zone edge guard with a back air or something like that. But I feel like GuyGuy's kind of fallen into the blast zone.
Yeah, that's not ideal, but these side platforms are exactly where you're going to be if you're Mr. E, because for all those advantages that a stage like Kalos gives you in center stage, is oh my god, you're gone.
Nope,
missing
you're
the
good.
second one. That's unfortunate there. And calling out the DI in on that down throw, able to find an early stock with the down throw into up B. Super jump punch doing what it does best, yet you are so far behind the 8-ball. Double back air there from Mr. E. Can he find the third one? Not quite, just barely missing it on the rising back air, but he's got another shot.
Yeah, still though, I mean, what do you do when Mr. E has been controlling the platform practically the entire time? And now GuyGuy needs to make it up in 2 stocks, has a little bit of rage, but honestly, it's so hard to say what exactly is going to happen here. Still, GuyGuy going for all of these, and that's what you look for, Uble. I'm looking for a way to back into this, but it's looking so difficult.
Oh, and he gets the JV.
That's what Uble cares about. That's what we care about.
Look, I mean, he was on 0 for like 30 seconds, just continuously walling, continuously playing this matchup as best as you can. We are orienting around the platform. We're making sure I have a lead. I'm not engaging with you on your terms. It is Mr. E orchestrating and piloting the pacing of the game to perfection.
The terms and conditions were not read this time. You scrolled a little bit too fast. Now your life on the line here. Game number 3 here in Battlefield once again. So GuyGuy going back to home turf here. Gonna get a little bit more comfortable. I want to see a little bit more of aggressive play. Once again, we got to shield some of these dolphin slashes, start calling them out with aerials, kind of like what GuyGuy's trying to do now. But once again, Mr. E looking so comfortable on a stage that really just kind of gives him a lot of escape routes.
Yeah, and escape routes are definitely going to be how the neutral of Battlefield is kind of orchestrated, because you have those instantaneous outs, ways to ascend to the top platform at a moment's notice. But GuyGuy being sure to call out exactly some of those escape routes, waiting and playing patiently, making sure that he's always disguising his spacing just so he can get Mr. E to pull that trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here we are in the edge guard. Mr. E actually going to be the one who's a little bit lower in terms of percent, but unfortunately the B reverse fireball is going to allow for Mr. E to once again put GuyGuy on the ledge, at least for a moment here. Great tornado. It's not going to be enough, but that's definitely kind of like a little bit of light back into the torch, right?
And it keeps Mr. E on his toes, right? Like, oh, these down tilts that you do at ledge just as like a free 2-frame attempt, that's not going to fly anymore. You've got to be able to be aware of so many of these things, as GuyGuy still has his jump, so you've got to complete the edge guard. But Luigi is a rather simplistic character, the edge guard, and up against Lucina hanging on the ledge, that's a tough position to make it back from.
Yeah, definitely. It's so difficult, but now Mr. E actually going to turn the match's tide in his favor right now. Going for, once again, these dolphin slashes are placed so well where they're really just not putting him in many instances of danger at this point. But both players going to be stuck on the ledge, at least for this moment here. I like it, the nairs with the fireball, but here we go. Grab, but no punish off of it. Uble, that's gonna hurt.
That's really tough, especially because you saw what GuyGuy was cooking there. Like, going for the grab, knowing that down throw sets up for a tech chase on the platform, so he went for the waveland. Luckily, but missed it, unfortunately. Luckily for him, it is not too far gone here. You find a grab there. That's going to be a kill confirm, and it will kill off the top. GuyGuy with a stock lead yet again here in this game number 3. The fire certainly not out, but Mr. E is looking to put it out.
Yeah, always just kind of like snuffing the fire here. And now we got to go back into it in the neutral here. GuyGuy, notice, holding down center stage extremely well. So you know what? I don't really want to go over to where you're kind of selling your cookies here. Like, you got to come to my doorstep. So now it's Mr. E trying to get something started here, but it is going to be GuyGuy finding the back air out of shields. And once again, deep neutral, Ubo.
Yeah, we are waiting and waiting. And now Mr. E trying to catch GuyGuy shielding and a conditioning based off of all of these Dolphin Slashes. Dolphin Slashes uses to... Oh! Wow, that closes off the stock.
Sheesh.
Again, some big callouts there and a changing of the tempo late in that game. We both called out a couple times just how Mr. E has been able to control the tempo, really slow down the game, and measure every interaction based off its risk-reward. But when you are controlling the tempo and have your vice grip on it for 3 games in a row, turning that up, dialing it up to 11 is so quick to do, and catching GuyGuy way off guard in that game number 3 and saving it for the very end when he knows he can close out the win. Very smart stuff for Mr. E.
Yeah, really great stuff. Once again, this is a seasoned player.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple games of Mr. E, just so strong. And we definitely missed him in Tri-State as he had his little French adventure. Happy to see him back. Once again, the leader of Team Fundies here on that Lucina, showing as strong as ever on why he is the DTN champion and why he's trying to take home the crown here at Alpha. But got to give the shout out to GuyGuy, who played fantastically this set. Once again, one of Long Island's favorites, man. I miss Suarez a lot, but GuyGuy taking the torch in the hand, saying, you know what, I'm still here too. And
he's a very formidable opponent, to be sure, able to make it into losers 8s here. Unfortunately dropping to Mr. E, but we've also got another side of losers 8s that's just going to have an equally as unfortunate kind of result. 2 players that were projected to meet in winners semis are now battling it out. Yo, let's go.
Good job. Perks of being amongst the crowd. Yeah, as you were alluding to, Ubel, we have another very unfortunate. It's not losers bracket today. It's unfortunate bracket. A match that we could see at a major, and the last time we actually saw these 2 play was the last time I cast